yakina. But William Ruto, because he's a guy who likes theater, he likes theatrics, is on record standing before the entire world saying that hata wale ambao walikuwa wameshikwa tumerudisha kwa familia zao. Tukamuuliza, kama umewarudisha unajua pahali walikuwa, kwa hivyo unajua ni nani alikuwa amewashika, na wale ambao wameua wewe unataka tu kwa sababu hii one term. I've always continued to add, Ruto, you must answer for these crimes. It cannot be business as usual. We must make it absolutely clear to anybody and every Kenyan, no matter what station of life you may be, no matter what office you hold, that you cannot take away human life and fail to account. You must be held accountable. Na ndio tumesema, na watu wanaona kama mzaha, and I like what my good sister mother said, we must restore the rule of law. It is not enough that we will actually, because I think you Kenyans, what I've heard Patrick Mururi, PK, we used to call him PK Mururi, Mheshimiwa, say, if you see any of us, akiteleza, huyo mjue ni nani? Msaliti. Can we resolve that at this kongamano la PLP? That mukiona mmoja wetu akiteleza, huyo atakuwa nani? Msaliti. We want to tell you, we are united, and we don't want to be told by William Ruto ati ajenda ni gani. And I like what my brother Rigiji says. Hakuna haja ati tukuambia ati iko hii ni manifesto. No. The first thing, one term. Second thing, one term. Third thing, one term. Yangu ya nne, ICC ama committee. And I say that without any fear of contradiction, because what William Ruto has done to this country has never been done by any other leader. This place, State House, is supposed to be a seat of power, isn't it? Now it has become a campaign headquarters for William Ruto and his blood-based something? Blood-based government. It has become, he talks about Sokohuru, but Sokohuru iko hapa, isn't it? It has become the campaign headquarters here. In fact, I don't know whether they ever go to the headquarters ya chama. Wale wanaenda huko ni ile kijana Hassan Omar na wengine. Yeye, the chief campaigner, ako hapa. Hii barabara sasa imekuwa kupitika saa zingine ni shinda. Kwa sababu mabasi za shule, watu kuja surely. You know, I sympathize with my good friends, the members of parliament who are here, because there's nothing they can do. Budget zile walipitisha, hakuna pahali imeandikwa empowerment. Na nimekuwa nikitema, na let me repeat it here. Thank you, Mother, for inviting us. Let me say it here. When William Ruto started this thing they are calling SHA, Isoma bills, and I have a witness here in none other than Rigiji, tukiwa mkutano wa cabinet Kakamega. Wakati niletewa hizo mabill nikauliza mimi how do you allow me out AG ati weka sahihi ati tupitishe kabisa hiki kitu gani? Nikasema pana, it's not possible, it's never done that way. But you know, when you refuse to do something with the rule, and it's of good reason, you become incompetent in the eyes of William Ruto. But recently, this year, wale ambao waliangalia wakati kulikuwa na interviews for selecting or electing the IEBC commissioners, I felt actually, one of the mornings I felt so vindicated. Because I was saying, I don't want to put my friend Rigiji as the only one to say he's aware that I refused. But somebody came up and owned up, alipoulizwa apeane umaarufu wake, experience, umefanya nini na nini na nini. Somebody, one lady, a lawyer, alisema, mimi nimefanya hii, nimefanya hata hizi bill zote za kutengeneza hii inaitwa universal health coverage, bring us to what we are calling SHA, SHIF, ni mimi nilifanya. There's a lady who admitted, actually. So, but you know, I'll tell you, because anyway, I'm not the one who said it. She said it. Alikuwa anaulizwa experience ya ile kazi amefanya. Surely, the things that William has committed this country to, through that SHA, absolute nonsense. And many of these things are things that he does for purposes of optics. Hata hiyo siku hiyo alisema, no, JB unajua iko hii, tuliambia watu tutafanya hivi na nataka kwenda iko na mikutano huko Kamega, lazima niambie watu, tunaanza universal health coverage. But you know, unaenda kudanganya wananchi for no reason at all. Nimesikia kijana mmoja amesema ni wa kutoka kwa ni 49th girl child ya Wanga. How do you mkutano walikuwa naenda kuambiwa tunawaletea universal health coverage, and there was nothing at the time. Mimi nimekataa, nikasema hizo bill ziletwe kwangu. They were never brought. You know, many people, you know, they will listen to my brother Rigiji say things and they think, were these things true? Were they real? I stand before you as a witness. Because there are very many atrocious things. And that's why many of us sympathize with the situation that this country is in. And that's why I say, no matter what ambition we may have in ourselves, we must subordinate those ambitions to the greater good of this country and the well-being of the Kenyan people. Everybody who takes a state office swears by the Constitution that they will defend, protect, uphold the Constitution, among other things, to protect the dignity of the citizens of the Republic of Kenya. What does it speak of? When the same person who has sworn to do that stands in the public, asema piga risasi mguu. Asib kupigwa mguu ni, I mean, is he playing hockey? Ama ni nini? It is such as, ni kitu rahisi hivi, maisha ya binadamu imekuwa so cheap, atipiga risasi mguu, alafu apeleka hospitali. Ule kijana Rex Masai, ile risasi ilimpiga mguu, si alikufa. So William Ruto cannot escape being held accountable for the lives that have been lost during his term. And we in the United Opposition want to assure Kenyans that with your support, as we exit William Ruto, as we surely shall do, you must also continue to support us to make sure that William Ruto is held accountable. Na ile mali ya wananchi ambayo amepora, I don't want to say ati wale watu wamepora. I mean, kwani wamepora, it is under his watch. If there are any other, anyway. Lakini, ile mali ya wananchi ambayo pia amepora, ni lazima arudishe. And there's something I like reminding, because I'm very happy that, my sister mother remembers that thing. Muliona picha William Ruto akiwa kotini, wakiwa wameshtakiwa wakati moja na Joshua Kulei na Same Mwaita. Kwa sababu ya ile 291 million walichukua hapa, wakisema wanauzia Kenya Pipeline shamba. Na bado ni msitu. I remember my sister pushed that thing, because when I was a chairman of Public Investments Committee, and he was a member of my party, he tried to come to tell me ati, JB, unajua hiyo maneno sijui wakati ulikuwa KANU. Nikamwambia hapana, mimi sikuona hiyo. We still stood strong and recommended that William Ruto and those who are in his team, including Same Mwaita, because he was commissioner for lands, na Joshua Kulei wapelekwa kotini. And I always feel very happy and proud to associate myself with that decision, because it was taken up, that issue was taken up by my sister here. And she always pushed. So when we stand here to tell you, ati ile amepora, lazima tuwarudishie kwa sababu ni yenu, na hao wenye ameua, he must be held accountable, whether locally or internationally. We mean business. I want to thank you. I want to stop at that point, but still congratulate you for holding your NDC, and congratulate my dear sister, mother, and say, we've heard you, and we've heard you loud and clear.